I got a call from a friend and he gave me a lead on a 68 Camaro convertible, and the person that owns it is selling the car. He might be selling his house. He's kind of getting rid of a lot of stuff. And he's like, you gotta go now or this thing might get snatched up. And here it is. So I don't know a ton about this, neither does the current owner. He bought it right at the Mecum auto auction in the middle of 2022. He said he drove it here, never drove it again. Guys, this thing looks insanely nice. Oh my gosh. Look at the body and paint. So this is kind of a little resto mod. It has the big Willwood brakes, the classic torque thrust 2 wheels. I think they're 20s in the rear and like 18 in the front. Oh man, wow. But guys, look at this car. It is absolutely beautiful. It's just been sitting here. So it's a little dusty, and I guess this is an RSSS. It's a convertible, the top was done. Before coming here, I just Googled the VIN and I found the old Mecum auto auction listing. It doesn't really tell you a whole lot. There are only a few pictures, but it does seem to have a 383 engine and some really nice, tasteful mods. So this guy's asking $21,500. He's like, just firm $21,500. We'll drive it away right now. And it sold for $45,000 just like 4 years ago or something like that. So this is kind of weird. I just don't get it. I guess when he drove it home from the auction, it was fine, but now it won't shift out of first gear and it runs bad. Am I buying this car? I'm totally buying this car. I've already made up my mind. I don't even care if it has a rod knock or whatever, the paint and body work and everything. It's a 68 Camaro. Oh my gosh. All right, let's see. Oh my God, it cranks. I think the battery's dead. I got the jumper hooked up. All right, here we go. Please start, please start, please start. Just fired right up. Oh my gosh, people, I'm totally buying this car. All right, guys, I just bought it. Clean title, $21,500. This thing looks mint. This is insane. I don't even care if the transmission doesn't shift. Well, I should probably care because I drove my Golf R that's literally been pooed on many, many times. And that definitely can't tow anything back, but we're about an hour from the shop. I'm just gonna see what happens with this drive. I've just been buying blue cars lately. It's crazy. This is like my 5th one in a row. Oh, and look at this. They have the 383 badge right here. I love this color. Hideaway headlights, sweet. Oh my gosh, the seats look great. This is neat. I don't know about the steering wheel. You know I love my old school radios, but man, this Jensen has seen better days. Someone got upset with this guy, oh my gosh. I mean, the door panels look amazing. The rockers look really nice. So far, so good. Okay, you know, it's been painted a little bit of overspray here on the floors and definitely some spider webs from it sitting here for a very long time, but the floors look really solid. And we can see the leaf springs back here and some of the frame. This is unibody, but these are the frame rail extensions. And wow, overall, it's not bad. Here's the exhaust system, doesn't look rotted out. More of the floors, wow. So we have long tube headers and more of the frame rail extensions looking good. Some wiring back here. He said it's been leaking something, so let's see. Oh wow, it looks pretty clean, like no oil. The pulleys look good. Oh yeah, there's definitely some kind of leak. What is that? It's reddish, could be trans fluid. Maybe coolant? Oh, no way, we have coilovers. I mean, look at the knuckles, the brakes, everything. This is mint. You should not get emotional when looking at a car. I mean, he's firm on the price, and $21,500 is more than fair, like more than fair. I think this car is worth double if it just ran and drove and shifted properly and stuff like that, but we can fix up the mechanicals. It's just an old school carbureted engine with probably like a turbo 350 trans. This isn't like expensive stuff. What do we got here? So he said this is the way he bought it with no air cleaner. That is not a good sign. But this is a 383 stroker. This intake says Pro Comp on it. It is a Holley carburetor. And it's got a bunch of tubular suspension. All this stuff is really expensive. And it's got the Willwood master cylinder. Look at the size of this radiator with electric fans. That's really nice. Okay, yeah. A little rat's nest of wiring, but nothing that we can't take care of. Let's see what we got going on here for the water pump. Doesn't look too bad. Don't mind all the spider webs, but wow. No smoke out of the rear end. There are no tailpipes either. They just kind of have it dumped back there. Okay. It's definitely got a cam. I don't think it's running bad. Maybe a little miss. Yeah, these fans are just wired on all the time, which is weird. There is a temp sensor there though. Little stumble, whatever. Wow, look at that, idling at 800, oil pressure 45, we got good battery volts, 75% fuel. Now pull the jumper pack off. We're gonna shut the hood. This is insane, this is insane. I know I buy a lot of cars, guys, and you might think that I've gotten like numb to buying so many cars, so many cool cars. I am not numb, guys. I cannot express to you how insanely happy I am with this car, and I haven't even driven it yet. This is a crazy deal on a dream car. What got me into cars is old school American muscle, and that, I mean, do you hear it? That's what it is. I own this thing, no way. We're about to back it up and there's a tree branch. You're not messing my Camaro up today, buddy. All right, guys, here we go. It definitely felt like it went into reverse. Yep, it's in reverse. Worst case, we drive it home in reverse. Oh, it's got no power steering. Okay. Let me see if there's a pump there. Oh my gosh, yeah. No power steering at all. Oh man, this is tough. Ah. Oh, all right, let's see. Say it doesn't go into gear. See if it's in gear now. Nope, it's rolling back. Oh, we're in neutral? Okay. Okay, we got forward. They said something like it's got first, and that's it. But yeah, it's definitely got first. Oh my gosh. I gotta see if there's a power steering pump, guys. We might just be low on fluid here. We kinda gotta get it out of here. This guy's gotta get going, so we'll move this to a parking lot. All right, guys, I made it about a block, and I really want to check out this power steering because if the pump is dry, that's no good. So you pop the hood underneath. There's nothing inside the car. This is how a lot of old cars work. We got power steering right there. I wonder if it's just empty. Let's see. Oh, it's totally empty. Hang on, you know, we haven't seen what's in the trunk. Maybe there's some power steering fluid. Oh no. There's 2 Avalon King Armor Shield 9 kits. What? I'm just kidding. I brought these with because I gotta let you guys know early that Avalon King's limited time Memorial Day sale is about to run out. So these are normally $70 each, and right now you can get 2 for $99 plus the first 100 of you are gonna get a free mystery gift valued up to about 50 bucks. So I've coated almost every single one of my cars with Armor Shield 9. It's fantastic. And these kits are very complete. They come with everything you need to ceramic coat the entire car, including the glass and the wheels so brake dust doesn't stick to them, and the trim. This is one of the best faded black plastic trim restorers on the market. Now the application is super easy. After you clean your car, simply wipe it on, wait about 60 seconds, and wipe it off. The ceramic coating forms an invisible shield over your car, protecting it from the elements, making it super hydrophobic so water and dirt just bead right off. If you guys have a regular car, 1 kit is all you need, but if you have an SUV or truck, definitely get 2, and that's what the deal's on. 2 for $99 plus a free mystery gift. Oh man, you know I gotta ceramic coat this car at some point in this video. Even the inside of the trunk lid is sweet. So this deal is super limited time. First 100 of you get that free gift. Now, let's go see if we can fix my power steering. I brought the Volkswagen roadside assistant vehicle. Everything fits in the Golf, and the seats aren't even down, but I'm pretty sure I brought trans fluid. We got brake fluid. Yeah, we got some trans fluid here. It's probably gonna make a groaning noise. This thing was empty. Wow, yeah, it took a half quart and it still needs more. Put a whole, oh my gosh. Put a bunch more fluid in it. Wow, it didn't even groan or like bleed out. Oh my gosh, it's so easy. Old cars had the best power steering. It was so like loose feeling, but yeah, sweet. We fixed something already in like the first few minutes of ownership. Awesome. We better check the transmission fluid as well before we drive an hour back, or try to at least. What do we got? Oh yeah, it's empty. Okay, more trans fluid. I think I brought a lot of this. And I'm just gonna go with the whole thing. I haven't verified it doesn't shift yet, and if it does shift, I'll never know if I just fix it with trans fluid, but whatever. I checked the engine oil before it was running, so we're good there. So that should be enough for everything, I think. American Steel. All right, guys, let's give this a try now. So this would be drive, and it's not drive, it's neutral. I wonder if there's something wrong with the shifter cable. So then we go into low, and then I wonder if there's one more. Okay, let's just see. Hold on. So this is reverse, neutral. And we'll try this one, should be second. Oh, it's shaky. This thing's not running the best. Then again, the fuel is at least 4 years old. Oh, it shifted though. It shifted in the second. That's good. It's just a 3-speed, so I'll take 2 out of 3. That's like a passing grade. All right, guys, here we go. First time on a larger road. We'll see if it shifts. Come on, baby. Shift. I think we're just in second right now. Very shaky too. And the steering, there's something really loose. I mean, I can make it home in second gear. We're going like 45 miles an hour at like, I don't know, 1600 RPM. I could do that. The brakes are amazing. Oh my gosh. You guys ever driven one of these old cars? A lot of them just had drum brakes all the way around. These brakes are killer. Let's see, shift, anything? Oh yeah, that was a shift. That was a shift, guys. So there's our speed, 33, 34, 35. There's our RPM. Let's see, can we get one more? I don't think so. I think this is it. But that's not bad. That is not bad. We might be in third gear. It might have just started in second and then shifted into third. So now I'm going 50 at 2,200 RPM. That's not bad. We don't know what kind of gear is in the back. It probably has like a 373 or something like that. So that's pretty normal. I think we're okay. I think we're gonna have to do something with the shifter cable. I think that's just not connected properly. The alignment's way off. It's not running the best. Lots of little things we got to do when you get back to legit street quarters, but overall, $21,500, 68 Camaro convertible. I noticed it doesn't have heat, but that's fine. But this is a crazy deal. Normal clean title. Obviously, the car has been painted. We haven't even looked in the trunk or the glove box or anything. And it's making some kind of weird vacuum leak noise right now. I don't know what that is, but I think we're gonna be okay. Look, it's not overheating, and oil pressure is good too. I love this car. This is so cool. We got American muscle on legit street cars. I mean, guys, I've traveled back in time. This is nuts. Well, except for that, I went slightly into the future, into like the 90s or something. But other than that, back in time. Okay, I guess we went into the 80s here, but there's a few different eras inside the car. Not that many though. We're cruising. It's beautiful out here in the country. And we are cruising along. Digital gauge is looking good. It most definitely has a misfire that we gotta fix. So possibly some carb adjustments. I think it has a vacuum leak. We gotta take a look at the plugs. We gotta do the whole LSC treatment of this thing, but it's missing, but I think it's shifting. I don't know. I'm on cloud 9, guys. I don't know what to say. Where did the cloud 9 saying come from? What does that even mean? Could you be on cloud 10? So I think I'm on cloud 10 then. It's right next to 9. It's just a little bit higher. Oh, I can't wait to see what's in that glove box. We got a center console too. And I think some of the Camaros had the gauges right here, I believe. My 2010 Camaro had that, and that was a throwback to, you know, back in this era. We're getting on a highway. See how this thing does. Pretty shaky, alignment's way off. Actually, this speedo's gotta be way off. It keeps on telling me to set the speed. There's no way that's all we're going. Yeah, it's off by a little, but we are cruising on the highway. This is hilarious. That's how far up the window goes. Lots of air leaks. Yeah, that's broken. But it's a convertible. I mean, when do you ever have the top up? Well, except for now, because I don't know if it works. We're gonna try that though. Yeah, we're doing about 60 at 2,500 RPM. That's gotta be third gear. Sometimes when I hit a bump, it just scrapes like crazy on the driver's side rear. Like the wheels, the tires hitting something. It's bad. This thing's lowered, obviously, but it's really bad. There's a dip. Oh, didn't do it. Oh, it handles great though, guys. Seriously. Like this, whatever suspension work they did, like it works. This thing handles awesome. It's just got a lot of play in the steering wheel, which could be a gearbox or the steering shaft or something, but the actual suspension, like body roll, not really there, like just in a good way. We made it. We made it. We're back at legit street quarters. Woohoo! Oh man, this is like redemption for some of my other failed trips where I try to drive a unknown project car home. Like, well, the Golf R was one of them, and many, many others. But we made it. And 68 Camaro. Leave it up to the simple cars to just work. Oh yeah, definitely. Look at this tire. It's got a huge chunk out of it, so it's been hitting. Luckily, it didn't damage anything, but yeah, that's not good. Oh yeah. All right, we're here. It's got a miss, guys. Something's going on here. We got to get into this. Why is this thing misfiring? What's up with the shifter? I'm sure we got a million leaks. We got so much cool stuff to fix. But come on now. Oh, this is so cool. This paint is like mint. This is crazy. Camaro's ready to be lifted up. What lies beneath? Previous owner bought it sight unseen from the Mecum auction for $45,000. But looks can be deceiving. What kind of condition are these really nice looking cars at Mecum actually in? Well, this is everything at leaks just sitting overnight. I had to run by the time I got it here at the shop yesterday. So yeah, it's a pretty good leak. I want to see why this engine isn't running the best. I'll give it a pump. Yeah, it fires right up, but it definitely has a miss. And you know what we gotta do? We have to check temperature of these headers, see if we got a dead one. Looking pretty hot. See the one to the right? It does not look like the rest. That one is definitely a lot cooler. Hang on, I think it was way off. Let me see. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's like 125 degrees off. That thing's missing. When you got an old school cammed car, they just always sound really good like that. But sometimes that could be a misfire. God, off idle, it's okay. It's just shaking. Yeah, these fans are stuck on all the time too. We gotta fix that. You hear that? Yeah, there's a miss. Okay, so if we do this, it shouldn't really change how it runs right now. Pull this off. Run runs pretty much the same. Plug it back in. Let's shut her down. So I don't think this was a dead miss. I like to call this a half miss because it was still heating up. It's still firing a little bit. It's just off. So first thing to check, 100% spark plugs. All right, let's go ahead and start pulling plugs. We'll start off with this guy, see what it looks like. What do we got? Oh yeah, look at this plug, guys. This is all gas. Yeah, it's totally fuel. This guy is not firing. I think it's just fouled out. Here are the rest of the plugs on the passenger bank, and it's definitely time. Before we get some new spark plugs, and we should probably check for spark, and maybe compression and maybe bore scope, because this thing was listed as having a 383. I want to see what kind of pistons it has. But before all that, let's remove our flame valve covers and see if we have any fancy rocker arms, maybe some head casting numbers or something. I mean, they have flames, which indicates speed, because the car's going so fast it's on fire, and the flames are going this way because it's kind of trying to put the fire out. That's what the flames mean. Or maybe it's entering the atmosphere, because otherwise fires are bad. But if it's entering the atmosphere, it indicates speed. All right, here we go. What do we have? Okay. Okay, yeah, these are just regular stamped rockers, nothing fancy here. And yeah, I don't think these are anything special as far as titanium retainers or anything. This is probably just stock stuff, I would imagine. Oh, there's some numbers. Let's look that up. Here is the part number on the heads. If you guys have any good information on those, let me know. This thread is many years old. No one could figure out what these are. And then this guy updated like, a couple of years later. He thinks that they are off of a TBI, throttle body injected Chevy truck. So like 1991 era. And yeah, those are the specs. And that is the exact same part number I have. And I live in Chicago, and Pizza Hut pizzas, it's not good, guys. Maybe where you live, Pizza Hut is like your only option and it's okay, but come to Chicago if you want really good pizza. Don't go to New York, all right? They fold it up like a burrito. It's like, what? All right, we're going in. Take a look at this piston. I don't know if there's any stampings on here. Nothing, just the valve relief. Okay, it's probably stock. Okay, this thing definitely said, hey, if you guys were ever wondering what it looks like when an engine sits around forever and it creates a little bit of rust around the ring, that's it right there. So this is an iron block engine, steel rings, that's what happens. So if you guys are gonna let a car sit, especially an old one, definitely fog out the cylinders. They sell a bunch of different fogging oils and it'll prevent this from happening. Had I seen this before I started it and I knew I would have been the first one to start it, I wouldn't have. But before buying this, the guy told me he had tried to start it like a month prior. So whatever, it is what it is at this point. I don't think there's any issues. We'll keep driving it. Hopefully some of this stuff will clear up. Yeah. There it is. Iron block, a little bit of pitting there. Everything else looks fairly clean though. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is probably, kind of just a stockish build, maybe like a 350 horsepower engine, something like that. Once we get it running good, we'll give it the beans and see what she feels like. Well, I figured out why it seemingly only has 2 gears, because it only has 2 gears. This is a Power Glide transmission. I assumed this had a turbo 350 or a turbo 400, but the Power Glide is just a 2-speed transmission. A lot of guys use this for racing. Not gonna lie, it's a little weird to see this in a cruiser convertible that's gone, kind of like half resto mod, but there it is. This is simply a 2-speed transmission, so super strong. I'd never driven a car with a Power Glide. I thought they would be like horrible to drive, but this wasn't bad at all. It's just leaking from like pretty much everywhere. That's okay. We have leaks on top of leaks. Like, I mean, it is leaking everywhere. Oh, and this oil pan is totally smashed in. But yeah, it's probably leaking all the way around the oil pan. So I'm just gonna order a new one, I think. Long tube headers, okay. This is where we're at right here. The frame, don't mind the spiders. The pinch welds look good. The structure just looks really solid. Yeah, I'm a big fan, guys. This just needs a little bit of a cleaning down here. That's about it. So this is a 10-bolt rear end. A 12-bolt was an option back then, but probably not on a convertible like this. It was most likely like big block cars and stuff, but whatever. There's our rear end. We have our leaf springs. Here is our fuel tank. It looks solid, not rusted out. And we can see a lot of this kind of work in here, just a little dirty, but overall, really solid, really nice. Okay, that's cracked, no biggie. That's not important. Wow, look at what they did here with the control arms and the coilovers and upper control arms as well. Really nice job. So we have the Willwood brakes up front. These look like some kind of factory caliper. I don't know if they're off a 3rd-gen Camaro or something like that. But yeah, here we go. Let me know in the comments what brakes these are. Oh, that's weird. Look at the engine mount bolt. It's like totally the wrong size. It's not threaded all the way. It's not tight. This one's a little better, but I don't know what's going on here. We're gonna have to fix that. The mechanical fuel pump right there looks to be leaking oil, so we'll have to remove that to fix this bolt situation. Yeah, the power steering pump is just leaking everything out. Okay. Other than that, the drive belts look good. And this, I don't know if this was spilling and it's just rusty in there. We gotta figure that out. It's got 20-inch wheels in the back, which is crazy. They're definitely rubbing a little bit. Otherwise, the fitment looks good. Wait a minute, this is has gotta have, oh yeah, it's got air shocks. Cool. It's a good chance I just need to give them a little bit of air and it'll prevent it from rubbing when you go over like train tracks and stuff. That's what's happening. But man, these tires, they definitely got chewed up. I gotta say though, this body is just straight as an arrow. Wow. Oh, we got some play here. That's a lot of play. Oh, look at that upper ball joint. That's brutal. It's like brand new though. I think this ball joint is loose. We gotta get right to fixing. Let's get these wheels off. And if you guys enjoy a YouTube channel that just gets right to work, well, I mean, I had to go pick up the car and show it to you, but if you enjoy guys wrenching throughout an entire video, then consider subscribing to the channel if you're new and you like that kind of stuff. Maybe you don't, I don't know. Maybe you like the ones where people talk for like 10 minutes in the beginning of the video about what they're gonna eat and they pet their dog. And then eventually they change their oil or bring it somewhere for that, I don't know. Maybe that's what you're into, not my fault. Oh, look at these brakes. I mean, this ball joint is so new that I just bent the cotter pin with my fingers and we're pulling it out. It makes no sense that it's actually loose. I mean, these brakes are they're brand new. The grease is brand new for the suspension. They must have just done this and put it away. I mean, this ball joint is so new that I just bent the cotter pin with my fingers and we're pulling it out. It makes no sense that it's actually loose. Well, this thing is tight. Okay, let's take a look at the joint. All right, so we're gonna take the nut off. Layer hammer action. Pull this up. Yeah, I mean, you can see grease over here, but I don't know if I feel any. No, it's completely bone dry. Look at that. Wow. Okay. Double check when you're greasing that it actually gets through. All right, we got our tool hooked up. There we go. Awesome. You could tell before there was nothing in the boot. So anyway, we'll put the boot back. All right, so I believe whoever put this together just tried to grease it. It all came out the top for some reason. Now we know we have some inside. There we go. I think this thing's sliding in better. So this is a brand new ball joint. And if they have a Zerk fitting, that means they don't come with any grease. So we got that tight again. You know what, guys? This ended up stripping out. I'm done here. We're just gonna swap these out. I wonder if they drove them with no grease. I don't want to take that chance. We'll get a new ball joint. These things are like 20 bucks anyway, so swap it out. All right, pull these guys out like that. Goodbye, brand new ball joint that wasn't greased. I think they might have cheaped out on the ball joint. This thing is just kind of flimsy. This is way more substantial of a joint. Fits in like that. And all new hardware going in. Tighten this guy up. We'll pump in our grease and you should be able to feel this in there. That's good. You don't need it coming out all over the place. All right, we'll slide this in. All right, let's give it a test. Oh yeah, no play. We're good. Needs tie rods though. Oh, these are horrible. What in the world? How are you gonna do all that work and then leave these old tie rods? Get out of here. We'll do those a little later. I just ordered the good ones. Whoa, that is weird. I'm like just breaking this free like there was like an internal crust or something to the cooling. That is weird. Oh, what in the world? See, look at that. I crunch it and then it's gone. I'm gonna check out this coolant here. Take the cap off. Oh no, ew. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is bad, guys. Geez, how long has this been sitting? I don't know if this is better or worse than my SVT Lightning when I first got it. The coolant was nasty. It was all rusty and stuff. Again, that can happen with, you know, iron blocks. All right, we're gonna use this stuff, and I hate the fact that their coolant flush looks just like brake fluid. It uses like the same yellow bottle, so I wrote coolant flush all over there because I totally didn't accidentally pour that into a brake fluid reservoir once. That did not happen. All right, well, I know this isn't looking good right now. We have a cooling system that looks like that, and the cylinders have a little bit of rust, but seriously, on these older iron block cars, like I've seen this a million times, like the cylinders are going to be fine. I've seen them with pitting and a little bit of rust, and especially when they've been sitting for who knows how long, but let's continue on fixing stuff. We're gonna get this thing obviously back up and running well, and we'll give it some full throttle and see what she really does. Hopefully no smoke blows out the back. Anyway, let's get this stuff in there. Flush this cooling system. While we wait for parts, let's drop the oil pan. It does say it has a 383 stroker, so we should be able to find out. All right, let's drain out this engine oil, see what we got. Oh yeah, looks like just regular old black engine oil. That's old oil, if you've never seen it before. Magnetic plug though, nothing on there, cool. With the oil drain, we're gonna remove the mechanical fuel pump right here. There we go. All right, I should be able to pull this out now. Get out of here, fuel pump. All right, so if you guys have never seen a mechanical fuel pump, basically, there is a lobe on the camshaft that is going to contact this lever here and cause it to pump fuel. This is very low PSI. Carburetors only need, you know, between 5 and 10 PSI, something like that. I don't know what's going on here. It doesn't seem like RTV. It's really weird, and it's not grease. It's some kind of weird hybrid. I don't know what that is. I don't know, but we're resealing. So the fuel pump bolts onto this plate. We're gonna reseal this as well. Now they gooped this up pretty good. Oh yeah, I can't even pull it off. Jeez. All right, let's see. Pulling this plate off and yep. So this is the push rod, so to speak, off the cam that pushes down on the fuel pump lever. And here's the plate that holds it in. This is crazy to me that whoever put this car together left the motor mount bolts like this. I also found this in here blocking up one of the vacuum lines, and then they just left the heater box off. I'm gonna go ahead and assume whoever did the paint and body work was not the same guy that did some of the mechanical work. Sometimes you can see that in a car, like the paint on this thing, I'm telling you, there's no runs, it looks perfect. But then you see little mechanical stuff like that, and it's like, what is going on here? That doesn't line up. Luckily, I'm not a painter, and I'm a mechanic, so I can fix all this. I'd rather have it this way. When I got the car yesterday, like while I was driving, I looked at my phone for an air cleaner, because if you didn't notice, it's missing that. I got this. I don't know if this is gonna work, but I'm assuming they don't have one on there because of the hood, and it wouldn't clear. I don't know. All right, let's see. Okay, I mean, it fits there. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. No, I doubt it. There's no way that's gonna fit. No, it's already hitting. Yeah. Nope. All right, well, that didn't work. Figure something out, hopefully by the end of this video. Otherwise, we're going full-blown race car, just open air. It's carbureted. It can suck in whatever, but the reason none of this fits is because of this super high-rise intake, because race car. I made a big mess, but luckily I'm in the design process right now of a super absorbent mat that you can use in the garage. How's this guy working? It's brand new. Works pretty good. Super thick too. This should hold many, many gallons of oil. So the stuff I sell on LegitStreetCars.com, I usually test and get involved with the design of it for many, many months or a couple of years in the case of the Ultra Pen Light. So hopefully this will be coming soon. Not bad. Oh my gosh, I think they cross-threaded this thing in there. This is horrible. Yes. Oh, look at this. Let's see if we can get this out. Yep. All right, this is the wrong bolt. We probably needed to get that out of there anyway, because I believe I'm gonna have to jack up the engine to replace this oil pan. Get the nut off this side. Here's this bolt. Yeah, with this clearance, I definitely need to jack up the engine and get this oil pan off. There's not really any good spots to start lifting the engine from the bottom. And I have one of these guys up top, but there's nowhere good to rest this to lift it up with one of these bars. I think I'm gonna lift it up from the transmission, but I don't wanna do it with the pan in the way or we'll bend it. And we gotta remove this anyway because it's leaking. It's got an old cork gasket, so let's get this out of here. Look at this. They give you a drain plug on the old Power Glide. It's perfect. I had this figured out like 60 years ago. All right, Power Glide, what you got for fluid? Oh, beautiful. Looks brand new. Probably don't even need to change this, but we will. Giving it the LSC treatment. Got a bunch of 1/2-inch bolts to remove. Oh, not really that tight. What happens with the cork? It just kind of deteriorates and you lose torque. Don't lose torque with your cork. One more. All right. There we are. Anything in the pan? Yeah, looks good. Cool. Look at how tiny everything is. Crazy. All right, loosened up the trans mount as well, so now everything is going up. Obviously, it's better to jack it from over there, but we just can't get to anything, so hopefully we can get it up enough to slide this oil pan out. I got lots of bolts to remove. Aren't the easiest to get to, but we'll get it done. All right, I got all the bolts out, and they both have these rails that hold in the oil pan. It's loose. Yeah, they used a nice rubber seal in there, that's for sure. I gotta get this starter out of the way. Aha! Look at that. Oil pan just wants to fall out right now. It was getting caught on this ear right here. That rhymes. We're just gonna go ahead and remove this behemoth of a starter. It's kind of getting in the way. Look at this thing though. This is back when starters were real, man. Okay, so jacking it up from the transmission did not work. I have it kind of ram and jammed in here by the engine mount. Let's see if we can get this going. It's definitely moving up. It's hung up on the pickup right now. Yes. All right, just lifted it up from one side and we got it. Our smashed oil pan. Smashed, but we don't have any chunks of anything, so that's a good sign. Let's see what we got on the bottom end here. Hey, look at this. We got a 4-bolt main. So you see the main caps here? Like on the Typhoon and a few other of my projects, they only had 2 bolts. This has 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is a stronger bottom end. So if this is a stroker kit, it should have an aftermarket crank at the very least. And then usually these kits, at least the budget ones, kind of come like this. So you get rods and pistons. You get a flywheel, bearings, rings. That's actually pretty cheap. Eagle. I can't find any stamps on anything though. So I don't know. Maybe you Chevy small block guys could tell me a little bit more. This is the bottom end. What do I have? All I know is that the cylinders look to be in really good shape down here. Yeah, super shiny finish, and there's no glitter or anything, so I'm happy with this. Our job right now is to reseal it, and that's what we'll do. Get this old seal out of the way. There we go. We have parts. Brand new oil pan, only $70. That is amazing. So we have the gasket, we're going AC Delco oil filter, Z-Rod 1040 engine oil, and we got some spark plugs. This, I'm gonna replace the output shaft seal on the transmission, and we're actually gonna reseal the power steering pump and a bunch of other stuff. All right, I've cleaned this up. We wanna get a little bit of RTV in these corners where the covers meet up, and there was none before, so that may have been why this thing was leaking. I just got done gooping the block, and this is a good lesson to check your parts, people. This is wrong. We ordered up a pan for a 1968 Camaro with a small block, but this apparently has a much newer engine, which is evident of the cylinder heads, which came out on the TBI engines, which was like in the 80s and 90s. So we probably have some engine out of a truck or something, and what you can see here is the dipstick tube, different spot, completely opposite. They had the other pan in stock, same $70, not bad. Let's see if we can get it in here. This gave us the perfect time for the RTV to set. It's actually worked out nice. Oh, it's always fun getting this back in because you don't want to damage the seal. We got it. Now I just got to kind of place the gasket back in there. Sometimes it actually is easier if you pull the gasket out a little. You can't take it all the way out. You got to leave it around the oil pump. It just gives you that little room you need, and then you can snake the rest of it in. All right, we're going back down with the engine there. It kind of stopped perfectly, and the Eagle has landed. Caw-caw. Oil pan is all bolted in. I got the starter back in, so hopefully no more leaks from there. And now we can move on to fixing multiple transmission leaks. Yay! This thing is dripping on my head. So we have a leak here and a leak here, and this is a speed sensor for the Dakota digital gauges. So it's got a little connector here. So I'm gonna pull this guy out and see if it's just an O-ring, hopefully. All right, there's that, there's that. Oh yeah, look at this, guys. See the O-ring, the little green thing? It's just busting out. There we go. We should be able to pry this right out. Okay, that's it right there. Yeah, O-ring's just bad. I found a nice new O-ring. They had doubled up, that's why they bunched it. They probably couldn't find the right one, but we have Mercedes-Benz sunroof grease, so it'll never leak. I will slide it in like that. And this is all that holds it in. Now we can slide this in the groove. We'll tighten up the little bolt, and we'll snug this up. And that should be fixed. Click. Let's move on to this. We're gonna take out the drive shaft to get that seal out, so we'll remove these 4 nuts. And everything's dry. They painted the rear end silver for some reason. Got some kind of shiny mufflers. Those look pretty cool. All right, with the nuts off, we can kind of get our U-bolts through. And we can pry this out. Now we can just pull this right out of the trans. Get out. All right. Cool. U-joints seem to be in good shape. Oh, what do we got here? This is an aftermarket drive shaft. Sweet. Now we can pop this seal out. Pop out. Come on, seal. Almost. Come on. Yeah. All right. I got it. I got it. Haha. It will never leak again. All right, guys, place your guesses down below. Am I gonna get this one? No! Wait a minute, I have the power of editing. I can just edit that out, but I won't. Let's just try this again. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I love basketball. Here's our new seal, and we're gonna use this as a driver, but it's kind of funny. This is the same seal for the Power Glide, the Turbo 350, 400, 4L60, 4L80, like every trans in the world. So we'll get this seal in like that. Oh, you know what? This driver's not gonna work. The output shaft, never mind. That's all right. We got a little ball joint cup we can use here. A few love taps. There we go. Should be all the way in. Once it bottoms out, you're golden. Now we go back in with our drive shaft. And slide it right in. There we go. We're fixing leaks left and right. All right, drive shaft is all bolted back together and we're done there. Power steering leaks? Why not? Let's fix that. We have to remove some of these belts to get our power steering pump out of the way. Loosen up the alternator. So there's no spring tensioner on these old cars. It's just a slide. And there's one of our belts. All right, a couple bolts here for the power steering pump. We're gonna take the whole thing out. All right, we'll get our Gates belts off. I just disconnected all of the lines. There's 2, a main feed and a return. And here is our ancient power steering pump. And it comes with a steel reservoir too. We're gonna use a 3-jaw puller to get this pulley off. She's on there. We're gonna give it a little bit of heat, help this thing slide off easier. Whoa! That was awesome. Heat power. All right, give me another pop, buddy. Oh, it's coming now. All right, there we go. She's off. Wow. All right, we'll remove these bolts here. Now this bracket comes off. The bolt right here. So the pump should slide right out of the reservoir. I might have to give it some love taps. Get out. All right, we shook it loose. Now we're just gonna pry it out of here like that. There we go. All right, here's the pump separated from the reservoir. It even gets its own magnet. That's pretty cool. But yeah, here is the seal that is kind of flat, and that's what's leaking mostly. All right, so for about $8, I got a complete reseal kit. So we're gonna be replacing a ton of seals in here. Some of them are extra for different style pumps. So you gotta mix and match. But right off the bat, we have 3 little seals in here, so we can pull these out. And then just make sure you're matching up the old with the new. Some of these are a different height probably for some other pump. So this one is gonna go right in here. Like that. This seal here that I just pulled out, not in the best of condition. This was likely leaking too. So all 3 of these are new now. Now we can pull out the large seal, which is the usual suspect here. And before we get that big seal in there, we'll just clean off the magnet. Bam. And get our new seal right in. Perfect. Now, before you reseal your pump, just make sure that there's no play here, and this feels great. So this is a good pump to reseal. Get a little bit of grease on these seals and we can go right back together. And there's an orientation. The larger hole lines up with the larger hole inside of the reservoir. And it should slide in like that. And we'll line it up right there. There we go, it's a tight seal. All right, then we're gonna put in our spring and our control valve like that. And with our new O-ring, now we can thread in our fitting, and there's gonna be pressure because of the spring. Tighten it up. We're good. All right, that guy's in, this guy's in. Pump is all done, ready to go back in the Camaro, and something I've discovered, especially under the hood, is they have a lot of mixed and matched bolts. So this one was barely contacting a couple of threads. So I installed this bolt here, and I have the best nut and bolt setup from Bolt Depot. So I was able to figure out this is a 3/8 course, and then we found it right away. The bolts for the fuel pump are totally mismatched. Goodbye. Got a fresh set with new lock washers. And look at the spacer that they did here with just 2 nuts. We're gonna replace that with an actual real spacer, which is also part of their kit. I'll drop a link and a code to Bolt Depot. This is the best. Oh yeah, that looks a lot better. Final step is reinstallation of our pulley. And then we have a tool that's gonna thread into the pump. And once that bottoms out, we're gonna bring this guy down like so. Now we're simply drawing the pulley all the way down with our wrench. That's it. Once you get this started by hand, you can use your gun. Resealed pump going back home. I need my power steering. Just getting bolted up. Belts are back on. Some of them were facing the wrong way. I hate that, but made in the USA, they're in good shape. I'm keeping them. So now we can go ahead and fill her up with power steering fluid and hope nothing leaks out. I'm kind of bouncing around, but we're gonna throw some spark plugs in. We gotta reseal the fuel pump. We got transpan stuff. Lots of little things that should go pretty quick, and then we're gonna fire it up and see how much better she runs. Spark plug going in. Just found a random bolt just kind of sitting there. All right. Next up, we have the fuel pump. So I have a couple new gaskets here that get sandwiched in and some new bolts. Here is our push rod, and this slides right in like that. And then you kind of got to be a ninja because this push rod just wants to fly right out of here. But you got to get that in place like that, and just start one of your bolts and you should be good. Don't get your spark plug while you're in there. Get out of here. Now it's starting. Fuel pump's all tightened down. Before we run a new line, I'm gonna get the valve cover on here so we know exactly what kind of room we're working with. And I decided to do away with this bent up fuel line and old filter. And I went with something that I think looks a little bit cleaner with a brand new filter. I'm doing a little bit of wiring repair here. So from the factory, the starter signal wire is purple. So this is the factory wire, and it was connected here. And these two were literally twist tied together here, which is crazy. I'm just gonna replace it all. Oh my gosh. I just pulled this out too. It went into this butt connector, so I'll have to fix that. All right, we're gonna butt connect these. Crimp it on, perfect. And we'll slide our insulation on right there. And then we'll slide this one in here. I believe we're fixing the tack signal right now. I think that's what this is. Much more solid. Slide this guy over. A little bit of the old heat. And there you have it. That is a proper wiring repair. I keep on finding stuff we can do before we go back up for the transpan. We gotta get our new motor mount hardware. Found some good stuff. It has a shoulder. We got lock washers. It's gonna be perfect. We're finally up in the air. New engine bolts are tightened up. Looking good. So now we can finish our trans service. And this is held in by 2 little screws. This is the filter. Look at how tiny it is. There we are. Look at this, just like a little plate. Oh man, what is this? It looks like the slime in like a sci-fi movie that starts off as just like, oh, we found something on a planet, and then it turns into an alien. I may have just written the script of that movie. That movie definitely does not exist yet. But whatever that is, it doesn't matter. It's a power glide. It'll just survive through everything. Here's our new filter, a little gasket there. And this was just at the local auto parts store. I wonder how long they had this on the shelf, right? I mean, who else is servicing glides? The glide. the Glidinator. Another great sci-fi movie. So when Power Glide becomes self-aware. Going back in with the Transpan, rubber gasket, no more cork. All right, tighten this guy up. Almost there. This is definitely the part of the project where I'm just like trying to rush through it because I just want to start my car again. Transpan's tight, so we got to fill up our trans fluid and our engine oil. So our AC Delco oil filter is going in. There we go. Because I'm keeping my GM all GM, not kind of. We have our high zinc Z-Rod from AMSOIL going in. 10W40. I don't know the specs on this engine, but we're gonna go with a little bit of a thicker oil. I think this probably called for 1030 back in the day. Just got done with our trans fluid. All right, let's go ahead, see what she sounds like now. Oh, fire's right up, okay. Little hesitation because of the new fuel lines. She's coming back. Oh, this thing sounds so good. See, I can tell right off idle if it was missing. Oh no, it's good. Oh, it's perfect. Let's see what these primaries look like. These look great. Super hot. The other one you could tell before was much colder. Oh, look at that. That's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. Molten lava, baby. And yep. Oh yeah, these are perfect. We got 598. Yeah, that's fine. It can be off by that much. That's totally fine. Perfect, perfect. I've gotten this thing up to operating temperature, so we have pressure in the cooling system. So while that is cooling off, because we want to do a flush, we can install our new tie rods. Oh, that was easy. A little oily, saved us. By the way, I went around and lubricated all of the bushings. After seeing some of the mechanical work, you just never know if they did that. Be careful. This is scary stuff, guys. I don't know. New tie rods going in, so satisfying. This whole steering and suspension is going to be new. There we are. All right, new tie rods are done, lubricated. That is looking much, much better. I'm a little bit nervous on what our coolant's gonna look like. Oh, there's the drain. I don't know what this is either. I found this. What in the world? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. There's a parking brake cable all the way in the front for some reason. Yeah, they didn't hook up the parking brake cables at all. They just kind of zip tied it away so it wouldn't rattle. That's weird. Let's see what we got in this differential. It's definitely filled. Stuff looks pretty good. So this style diff does not have an actual drain, so we're just going to pump it out so we don't have to take the cover off. There we go. Yeah, it could use a change. I'd say so. Oh yeah. Gear oil always smells bad. I'm going back together with some 80/90 severe gear from AMSOIL. And this is my second full bag. I think, oh yeah, we're done. We're done. That's good. That looks much better. Well, we did all the other fluids on the Camaro, so we're getting some fresh brake fluid in here as well. It was kind of low, so I just sucked it all out. Let's see what we got for coolant. Oh no, this is what I was worried about, guys. They didn't put any coolant in this at all. That is just straight up water. I knew it. Had this had just a little bit, 25% green coolant, it would have protected everything inside. You know, the radiator obviously corroded with water, and so did the iron block. Not the end of the world. You could totally flush this. We put the flush in. We'll do this once and probably another time and maybe even a third time. But I just don't understand a build of this level with this nice of bodywork and the paint and everything. Like, they didn't put coolant in it. That's crazy. Obviously, the filler neck there of the radiator looked pretty horrible, but this isn't that bad. It's not all rusty and orange. This really does look like just kind of clear water. That is great. But while that's draining, let's recap a few fixes before and afters. Our trans output shaft seal was leaking like this. Now it's perfectly dry. Our Dakota digital speed sensor was leaking like this, and that's also bone dry. We had a pretty dented up and leaking engine oil pan before, but now she's all sealed up and perfectly intact. This is what our power steering pump was doing before, and now there is not a drip to be seen. And look at the bottom of that fuel pump, no leak anymore. We got the new ball joints, we got the new tie rods. This thing's running a million times better with new spark plugs. I don't even remember what else we did, but we're almost ready to drive. We're gonna fill this thing up with just water, and I'm gonna do a whole nother flush as well, and we'll drive it around. I think I'm gonna be flushing this thing for the next like 2 weeks, just to be sure. Clean it out. Wow, look what came up. Oh man, yeah, it's gonna take quite a few flushes. I'm just glad it's not rusty. Honestly, the dirt factor is fine. Last thing before we go for a cruise is adjusting the toe. So these are toe plates. You put one on each side, and then we have tape measures. We're right around 74 and like 72 3/4-ish. So you can see that toe is way in. I adjusted out the tie rods, looking pretty good on toe. I also removed the Mecum plate. We got an LSC plate in the front, and you know we gotta get the sticker on. Yeah, this window's kind of broken, but I'm still putting a sticker on it, I don't care. Maybe this will fix it and give us 5 more horsepower? There we go. Yeah, I think the regulator's just totally broken. Oh wait, hang on. Look what came in. I don't know if this is gonna work, but we'll find out. Here we go. If it's on there, that's fine. Could it work? I don't know. Nope. Nope, can't close the hood. Man, that stinks. I mean, I know it's all because of this high-rise intake. Maybe I just get a low-rise intake or a normal intake. I don't know, guys. Let me know if you have any options. I really don't want to cut up the inside of the hood. Anyway, let's cruise. Oh, no way. Look at these sunglasses I found in the back seat. There we go. I don't know if these sunglasses are retro or what they are. Something. Hang on, before we go, I gotta just give it a quick wash. I know it looks perfect, but it's just a little dusty. It's gonna bother me. LegitStreetCars foam cannon. The Porsche might accidentally get washed too. Why not? All right, I'll wash down. Oh, you know what? Oh yeah, this is painted and cleared over. That is nice. I'll dry this thing off. Gigantic drying towel, one swipe, it's all you need. All right, I'm gonna ceramic coat this thing. It'll only take me like an hour and it's so clean. And it's like 65 degrees out, overcast, no sun. Normally I do this inside, but it's a beautiful day. Just if it's sunny, don't wash your car or ceramic coat it. Oh man, this is gonna be so good. I'm all done, wheels are cleaned up, everything is ceramic coated. It is perfect. I gotta let it dry for a few hours and it's getting sunnier out, so that's good. And hold on, what is in here? Oh, it's missing the glove box. Huh, that's weird. It looks like they did some Bondo work to like the heater box. The other side's totally missing under the hood, so I don't know. Let's pretend that never happened. Okay, gonna have to get a new radio. All right, guys, it's time. It's time, convertible top time. I got these latches in front like that. Oh. According to listing, this is a new convertible top. They are manual. I don't know if there was a power option back in the day, but you basically just do this and then kind of smush it down. This is so funny. Like, so there's a couple of white detents here that hold it down, one on the other side, but this is it. You know, I got to roll down the windows. It says Ventilation Atlas. I don't know if that's the glass maker. We'll roll down our super broken window if we can. Yeah, they didn't finish fixing this. This whole thing is supposed to go over the quarter on the inside. I got this down, this snapped in, nice. Ashtrays everywhere. There's a lot of little things we need to fix, but overall the interior is really nice. Oh, this is my first convertible, by the way, people. I've never owned a convertible. My mom has a convertible, a Chrysler 200. I don't think I've ever had one on the channel. I've never owned one, nothing. First one. Yeah. I always reach back for my seatbelt, just lap only. I feel like a kid. Growing up, we had a 72 Skylark and a 79 Pinto. Not because like my parents were into cars, they were just cheap cars at the time. Runs great. It's so nice. I gotta adjust the wheel a little bit, but the alignment's good, the wheel's off, whatever. My gosh, I'm cruising in my convertible, people. Woo! This is so neat, guys. This is awesome. Oh man, I'm a kid of the 80s and 90s, so these, you know, they weren't that old. Like when I watched Horsepower TV and all those Saturday, Sunday car shows, they were doing a ton of work on carbureted stuff, and I haven't had a lot of that on the channel, but we do now. She runs. She's slow. She's definitely slow. Yeah. I don't know, maybe we should modify it. Who knows? I don't know what I'm gonna do. Need a new steering wheel though, that's for sure. This thing is nasty. Oh, no, it's dead. Oh man. Oh, neutral safety works, I guess. I don't know. Okay, I tried to stab it off the line. Yeah, we might need to do some carburetor work on this thing eventually. She's back. It's old car stuff. Missed the light. Let's try that again. Oh yeah. Yeah, this definitely has like old car syndrome for sure. I mean, I'm sure it needs some carb work, but it's slow. It's pretty slow, guys. Yeah, I had a 68 big block Camaro, a yellow one, a hardtop, a long time ago, and it had a big block, and it was still also very, very slow. Runs good. This is a cruiser. Look what we got behind us. That C8 wants some of the old 68. Wow, is that a Z06? Like, about the only thing I could do is handle at this point. This thing handles very, very good for an old car. I remember my old 68, my yellow one, was horrible, but with all the steering and suspension and brakes and everything, it's really good. Oh wow, is that a Z06? Nice. Wow, I gotta air up the airbag in the back. It's a little floaty. This is so cool. Where are we on, like the hot rod power midlife crisising. I don't care. I've had a midlife crisis since I was like 18 years old. Woo, all right, a little too confident. I got a 68 Camaro! C8. And I'm so bad. Oh, that is a Z06. I'm so bad with the new Corvette. I haven't really done a ton of research on them. I usually wait till the cars are like a few generations old and they're broken and I buy them, but that is a Z06. I did a lot of wrap work on there. Cool. All right, guys, I've been driving around for about a half hour. Everything is absolutely perfect. I'll get in a real alignment later. I'm filming this right before Memorial Day weekend, and we have no plans. And I think I'm just gonna go to as many car shows as humanly possible in this Camaro. And then we'll definitely do some more stuff to it and really just make it perfect. Look at that. We got good oil pressure, good coolant temp, good everything. Seriously, people, I cannot believe this is my Camaro. This whole deal popped up out of nowhere. Like a few days ago, I did not think this was happening. I was gonna wait to like reveal this because I was working on something else that you guys haven't seen, another blue car with a much smaller engine. I just couldn't help myself. I mean, what in the world is going on? Oh, and by the way, this didn't actually cost me $21,500. It ended up costing me $23,000, actually $23,500. It's a little complicated, but this was owned by two people, and the person that was there when I bought it, he said $21,500, but his significant other was like, no, it's supposed to be $23,000. So they text me and they're like, hey, it was really supposed to be $23,000. Is there any way you could send us the money? And I did. And then the friend of mine that passed this along to me because he was gonna buy it and then he realized that it might have needed a bunch of work, I threw him $500 for a finder's fee. So $23,500 plus whatever parts I had into it. And then I think in this I have maybe $200-300. It was really, really inexpensive. So I am still under $24,000 for this, a clean title, absolutely gorgeous drop top 68 Camaro. Hang on, I swear I'm gonna outro this video, but the sun just came out. I gotta give you a few angles. I hope you don't mind. I'll be out here for the next like 15 minutes just staring at it and taking pictures for Instagram. But look at this. Oh, geez. What in the world? This is too cool. Seriously, I could do this all day long, but if you guys want to see some really cool pictures of all the cars and little updates in between videos, just follow me at LegitStreetCars on Facebook and Instagram, and here on YouTube I have a second channel. It's called LegitStreetCars 2, and this is too cool. Holly's one of my sponsors, and I told them I got this car, and they just sent me a wish list. Oh, this is crazy. All right, I don't know what I'm gonna be doing to this, guys, but it's gonna be good. I hope you stay tuned for the next Camaro video. It might take me a little while to piece all the parts together, but anyway, if you enjoyed this video, if you like this car, please give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, and if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. It's free, it's a little red button down there, and it really helps me out. But most importantly, I hope all of you have a fantastic day, and I'll see each and every one of you in the next video, and I just still can't believe it, guys. This is just nuts. Looks like, let's see. I think we have, all right, I've ordered a few, here are the rest of the plug, but like the paint, and it just goes to show you that you can definitely tell that so I think I'm gonna lift it up right here from the transmission. So before we, so I think I'm gonna lift it up right. I think I'm gonna lift it up from the transmission. We'll get a little bit of grease, China, which is evident with those cylinder heads, which is evident of the cylinder head. Oh, by the way, I went around and lubricated all. Hey Max, it's me. My name's Alex, and what you're seeing right now is the B-roll, the roll of the B. I don't know about you, but I don't know what the B part stands for. What does B in roll stand for? Oh, is that behind the scenes? Is it B for, I don't know. I'm not no cameraman. Call me.